Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. Today we're going to change out the battery on the Power Wagon behind me. That's a 4th gen 2018 2500 Power Wagon trim. Doesn't really matter as long as it's a 4th gen 2500. Check this out. Okay, tools you need. You need a 10 millimeter socket, extension, ratchet. The extension is probably just nice to have. And I would recommend a straight slot screwdriver just for as a small pry bar, just to pop up those terminals to get them started. Otherwise, they come right off. Replacing the battery today because it's 7 years old and it's starting to crank a little bit slow, and the winch runs off the battery even when the vehicle's running, which is kind of ridiculous. So I just about killed it last time I was doing some tree work, pulling a tree down. So battery is simple to change out. Obviously, a couple things you want to think about. This one here, I also notice I've got some damn mice or something getting up in the engine bay, grabbing onto some stuff, so they're starting to mess up the insulation. I'm probably just going to pull that insulation off and leave it off because it's all jacked up. When I pull this battery out, I'll also clean out underneath it. So far, the only thing you really need is one tool from what I can tell, and that is a 10 millimeter socket, extension, and ratchet. You can probably do it with just the socket and ratchet, but I think the extension will make it easier. So first things first, with a battery, you're always supposed to take off the negative battery cable first. Negative first. That keeps you from basically, completing a circuit and shorting out your battery, sparks flying, all that good stuff. Okay. Now this has, you notice both of these terminals have, especially the positive, has a bunch of crap on it. Okay. So I'm going to be taking this all off as just one piece here right off the negative. Anyway, loosen it up. This one's going to take just a little bit of help. Just pop it up with a screwdriver, break that little thing free, and that's good to go for the negative. All right, so this negative battery cable is, it's been sitting here for 7 years, and it wants to keep just setting right back down on the negative terminal, and it keeps making a little arc. I don't want that, so I'm going to take a large plastic zip tie, and I'm going to tie it out of the way right there, just to keep it off, and also to make it easier to get this battery out, because this is a heavy battery. It's a pretty big battery. Make it easier to get this battery out once I've got the three things disconnected. I'm just going to tie that negative cable back right there so I can lift it out nice and smooth. Okay, so I've got that zip tied back. Moves back pretty easy. And also use a large zip tie, and these are really easy to reuse. You can just unlock it right there and undo that zip tie, and I can reuse that because those large zip ties are pretty expensive. All right, on to the positive cable. Pretty simple. Get that bad boy nice and loose. So hopefully, this is probably going to be a pain to lift this all off of here, but we'll see. Yeah, we worked that a little bit. Be right back. All right, just loosened up with a straight slot real quick. Get that back off of there, and that's all disconnected. I'm going to find something I'm going to tie this positive back as well, probably back to that air conditioning line, just to hold it back out of the way so it's easy to, sorry about that finger, and just hold it back out of the way so it's easy to get this battery out of here. All right, positive cables are all tied back, and now right in the back inside, you've got the hold down nut, which is right down in there, and that's also a 10 millimeter. Everything's a 10 millimeter so far. I'm gonna get this thing loose and try to lift this battery out of here. Get this thing spun out of here. My fancy tools that are all rusty. Watch where you're setting those tools. You don't want to short that battery. Complete that circuit. Okay, bolts out. And this block, so it just lifts out as well. Standard battery hold down. Okay, there it is. Okay, got the hold down out of there, and the hold down bolt complete with mouse turds and everything else. So obviously somebody's been living in here. Hopefully didn't chew any wires up, but so far everything is functioning just fine. So the hold down is out, the bolt's out, like I said, it's just a matter of lifting the battery out. So there's a couple ridges up just on the inside of this thing you should be able to lift this out with. Just be careful, it's kind of heavy for a battery. So here's a battery tray. Definitely some critters have been maybe starting to live in here at one time. So that insulation's been torn up for a while. So I think they just kind of gave up when early on, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to vacuum all this crap out of here. Then it's be a matter of putting that battery back in. Something to note here quickly. Once I got the that chewed up mouse insulation, mouse chewed insulation off, there is, if you need it, I didn't really need it because you can grab the edge right here. There is a folded down handle on the stock battery. You can lift this up and you can lift the battery up with that if you want to lift it out with that. But it was no problem just lifting from the sides. Just wanted to make sure y'all knew that, just in case you need it. I will not be putting the old insulation back in the new battery. Okay, dropping in the new battery. Sets right down in there, no problems. Next we'll be taking your block, your hold down block, and drop it right down in there. You'll get down quite a bit by hand. Of course, snug that down, and you're good. Going nowhere. All right, next step, positive battery cable. First, I'm gonna take this small straight slot and unlock this zip tie for reuse. Just lift it up under the ratchet and then take it off. Piece of cake. All right, we'll set that aside for later. And just get this positive cable right back in where it started. Drops right in place there. And go ahead and tighten it down. It's just a German torque on here, you know, good and tight. Good and tight. Okay. Solid. Not going anywhere. Next step, negative battery cable. We get this other zip tie off of here. Lift the lock and let it out. Okay. Drop this in place. Good to go. Solid. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so as you see, pretty easy. I know it's just a battery, but you know, nowadays people just want to see what other folks are doing, just in case there's a different or better way to do it. This was very basic. I thought there might be a little extra garbage in there, but there's really not. Just the standard battery kind of stuff. Let's make sure this truck starts before I let you go. All right, let's check her out. Oh yeah, that was way better than last time. I'll tell you what, it's been getting kind of a slow crank to it. So glad I got it done. Started right up. That new battery will get charged up here a little bit, and then be back to normal. Okay, everything seems fine. Just I think I've got to go through and of course reprogram all the Uconnect stuff. Hopefully I don't have to go back to the dealer and get a software flash to update it all, because when you disconnect that battery, a lot of that stuff can go away. So I'm hoping that everything is good to go. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. I got more to come. I'm going to show you how to clean out a K&N filter with the filter charger kit. We're going to drop a K&N filter in the wife's 2018 Durango. And we have all kinds of other stuff coming up here. More barn work. And let's see, what else we got? We're replacing some rotten wood around this old historic home. So stay tuned. There's more to come. Y'all take care.